Sega.
Take off at the speed of sound. Bright lights, the colors all around. I'm running wild, living fast and free. Got no regrets inside of me. Not looking back, not giving up, not letting go. I'll keep on running. I'm gonna reach for the stars, although they look pretty far. I'm gonna find my own way and take a chance on today. The sky would start so bright, the colors feel so right. I've never felt like this. I keep on running. The sky would start so bright, the colors feel so right. Just take my hand, we're gonna reach for the stars tonight.
And welcome to my new Let's Play of Sonic Colors. When Sonic Colors was released, it was really well received, but in the 10 years since then, the overall opinion of it has gone down dramatically, and I find that really fascinating. It's still one of my favorite Sonic games, and I hope I can illustrate why I feel that way. So, without further ado, let's get started.
Hello, Sonic. Can you read me?
So Sonic Colors doesn't waste any time. You're immediately thrown into a stage, which is kinda cool. So here we have a capsule full of aliens that give us boost power. So this is the second 3D boost Sonic game. That is a red ring. There are 5 red rings in every stage that serve as the primary collectible. I will not be getting red rings because a lot of them are really difficult to find and kind of I'm not a big fan of collecting them, so for the sake of my overall enjoyment in this playthrough, I will be ignoring red rings, just a heads up. So we have the homing attack, the stomp, the boost, the slide. We have a lot of our moves from Sonic Unleashed, but this is a Wii game, and the Wii has a lot fewer buttons than a 360 or a PS3 controller. So our options are kind of limited. We can't quick step normally. There are certain areas where we can quick step, but we can't quick step anywhere. QuickTime events have been simplified to just mashing the A button, which I actually don't mind because the QuickTime events are one of my least favorite parts of Unleashed. We have grind rails that we can now swap between in this section, so yeah, quick stepping is limited to specific areas. You can't do it anywhere. And the main gimmick of this game will not become apparent until a little bit later, so it's just kind of a nice little breezy tutorial stage. I really like Tropical Resort Act 1 because it really shows a lot of what to expect from the game, which is really good for a first stage. At the end of the stage, you have this little thing here that we can break. And that's it. In terms of scoring, this game is really mean. Like, I don't feel like I played that badly, but I only got a B rank, and that's going to be a pattern throughout this game. More on that later. And you can actually break the numbers, and one of them will randomly contain an extra life, so it is worth trying to break them. We're on Act 2, and you still don't know what we're doing in the story. So one of the first issues people have with this game in retrospect is the definition of it being a 3D Sonic game, because this is a 2D section. So, a lot of Sonic Colors is 3D, but a large portion of it is 2D as well. By the way, you also have a double jump. It's kind of heavy feeling. I don't really like it, to be honest. The double jump was technically in Sonic 3 as a bonus move from the Lightning Shield, but I think its actual first 3D appearance technically is Sonic R. So now we're back in 3D, and sadly, I think we should be getting close to the end of the stage. Stages and colors tend to be pretty breezy, and there's actually a reason why, but we'll get into that a little bit later as well.
And you'll do a double jump.
So there we have the tutorial for double jumping. So here we have a red ring. Red ring's on the way, I might as well get, but for the most part I won't be going out of my way for some of the more tricky ones. We have no boost powers, so we have to kind of take it slowly through here. By the way, you have the jump dash still, that's mapped to B if you don't have boost power. Also, I'll always remember this red ring is hidden behind the goal, which is really jerkish. Alright, let's see how we did. B. Honestly, not bad. A little bit surprising, actually. I thought that would be a C rank. Again, I'll go into more about the ranking system in a little bit. But yeah, try to break the numbers and letters when possible. You'll eventually be stopped, sadly.
Welcome to Eggman's incredible Interstellar Amusement Park, where you can enjoy 5 planets for the price of 1.
He loves to hear his own lips flap, but I gotta hand it to the Eggster. This place is epic. Everyone and their brother is gonna want to come here.
No doubt. But now I'm not sure why we're here. This place looks totally harmless.
Because Eggman plus secretly built amusement park equals evil plot for us to foil. Lucky for us, he's not very good at keeping things hidden.
True, it would be pretty hard to miss a giant floating space amusement park surrounded by planets. Still, an evil plot? I don't know.
Wow! Plot or not, you can't be mad at this view. This place has taken beauty to the next level. I'm just surprised that it was so easy to sneak in here.
I wouldn't say it was that easy.
Hello, happy people. Buckle up as Eggman's ultra-accelerating space elevator whisks you to an interplanetary wonderland of fun.
I can't believe somebody was dumb enough to leave the keys in this thing. It's like Eggman's begging us to sneak in and trash the place.
Man, this thing's got crazy fast acceleration.
You call this fast?
This amusement park has been constructed entirely out of a sense of remorse for my past transgressions, and is in no way associated with any sort of evil plot or premeditated misdeeds.
Well, that's a relief.
Just thinking about it makes my head feel like it wants to. Huh?
Oh, little aliens!
Your voice chip is stuck on Cowboy again. Stop talking and net those aliens.
Come on here, you little varmints. Come back here. I'm gonna get you. Come here.
I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm sure of what I'm gonna do.
Huh?
Hey, what's going on? Huh? Whoa!
So now we get to make our file. So one nice thing this game does is it randomly gives you the name of a Sonic character, so we got Rouge. I think I'll actually go with that. And then you can choose a me or an icon. Sure, let's go with Tails.
Next up.
And with that, we have access to our world map screen. So, Our only level available to us at the moment is Tropical Resort, and we are beginning Act 3. So, starting in Act 3, we have a quick step section. These are limited to specific areas, just moving the control stick left or right, so a lot more limited than Unleashed. This game does have GameCube controller support and classic controller support, and even just the Wii Remote sideways. I don't recommend playing it like that, though. Here we have our first Wisp. I guess I should just say the name, even though we're not supposed to know at this point. So that's the Laser Wisp that lets us shoot forward like a laser. Now that we have seen it, it'll also appear in past stages as well. We saw similar looking capsules that were not accessible previously, and now they are. There's still one type of Wisp that we can't use yet, so we can't really do a whole lot in certain areas. And this is actually how you are supposed to get really good scores. You tend to get point bonuses when using Wisps, so by using a lot of Wisp powers in a level, that's typically the best way to rack up lots of points. Which is why I was a little bit surprised I got a B in the last stage. I thought I would do a lot worse without the color bonus, as it's called, I'm pretty sure. So another 2D section. Overall, the platforming actually feels pretty okay. Like, a little heavy, I'd say, but not too bad. It doesn't feel as slippery as Unleashed, which is good. So precise platforming isn't nearly as bad, which is a blessing, because this game definitely has much more of an emphasis on precise platforming. So I'm glad the controls feel a little bit better. I feel like Generations controls a bit better, but in a different way. I guess I should save that for when we go through Generations later on in the future. But yeah, each 3D Boost Sonic game feels slightly different, and it's kind of odd. We can break these with the Stomp, or by jumping through them. So over here, we have a little point that we can hit the laser to boost through. Sadly, I used up the Laser Wisp earlier and thus can't take advantage of that. I'm not too concerned about S ranks. Even on my own time, I haven't done all S ranks. Oh, there's one. So let's go back down here and use the Wisp. You can use the control stick to aim and release to fire. So that gave us a lot of points there. Gonna break through that and make our way to the next Wisp down here. So the Laser Wisp basically can bounce off of walls, which is really good in specific areas. There's actually 2 exits. The second exit is a higher path, it's also faster. See, we got an A because, frankly, we had a really good color bonus from using a lot of Wisps. Getting S ranks is really difficult, and I've actually never done that. There's the life, but it bounced the opposite way. So that scene was to show that the Laser Wisps have made their way to other planets. One thing that stands out about Colors is how bite-sized everything is, and this is the console version. There's actually a DS version that, oddly enough, I think actually has longer levels. On the whole, I think Colors has good levels, but I feel like they could stand to have been combined. I know some ROM hacks, is that the right term? Actually, for a disc-based game, but basically some fan games have basically combined elements of different stages into one. Like when porting stages over to from Colors to Generations, they combine 2 or 3 acts together, because that only took 41 seconds. Also, you can Stomp, that's really good for breaking these, and also the Air Dash is good as well, like so. Will the life bounce over to me? The answer is no.
Now, let me see. capacitor to the maximizing modulationizer. I wish I knew what you were saying, little guy, or gal, or whatever you are.
Oh man, that was crazy!
Oh, I was reconfiguring my handheld into a translator so I can understand this guy. Did you go somewhere?
Didn't you see? I absorbed those aliens and got powered up with, like, some kind of wild energy. And after a few seconds, they'd pop out of me.
I find that hard to believe.
Huh? Okay, seriously? We need to find Eggman and figure out how catching these aliens fits into whatever heinous plan he's hatching.
And wreck that plan, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much how we spend our time.
Normally I wouldn't say this, but I actually think we have time for another level. These levels are so short. So, I think it's time to finally address the voice acting, now that we've had quite a few scenes of Sonic and Tails. So, Sonic Unleashed was the last main entry to feature the 4Kids voice cast, and this cast in Colors debuted in Sonic Freeriders, actually, for the Xbox 360 and Kinect. And tends to be pretty divisive, and honestly I can see why, but I don't think it's actually the actor's fault. The tone of writing has also changed considerably from Unleashed. I feel like this is kind of like a third attempt at rebooting the franchise, because Unleashed was kind of like a reboot after 06, and 06 was a reboot in itself. So this was almost like a third reboot. Even though it still boosts gameplay, it definitely feels like it's trying its own thing, at least from a storytelling standpoint. And yeah, that tends to be one of the biggest issues people have with the game. Some people are fine with the slightly chokier dialogue and new voice cast, other people aren't. Overall, I think the voice cast do well with what they're given. They're just not always given a ton to work with, and I can't fault them for that. It's not their fault. That worked out. Wow, we got an S rank. Also, that stage was a minute. Wow, you get like 3 lives, plus the one hidden inside the score if you actually get an S rank. That's kinda good. Neat. The game tries to make up for the short stages by having a lot of stages, which again is why I feel like you could really have like 2 acts that are about 5 minutes long, based on all these small levels. So it's kind of a weird choice, but I think we're gonna save the last 2 stages of Tropical Resort for next time. So thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time for more Sonic Colors.